Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, your week is off to a good and productive start. Let's check out some music, shall we? Today, let's start off with boys from Tempest, who have had their most recent comeback, and with the title track titled Dangerous. Now, Tempest have been a group that have very much impressed me since their debut last year. Still feels weird to say that they've only been a group for, I don't think, like a year yet. I don't think they've had a year yet. Maybe they have. But Tempest have not been around for a long time, but they have been very impressive right out of the gate, and they've just been continuously very impressive era after era. So I'm very much excited to see where this goes. Also, the rest of the album, which we'll be checking out later today. So keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in that. But two things I want to kind of like get out before we start the video. If you want to skip ahead to the actual like MV part, timeline's gonna be below. But two things. One, I don't know what it is about this group and specifically Hyuk, but every single time I watch anything related to Tempest, Hyuk just immediately jumps out at me, and I don't know what it is about him. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like, you know, their MVs or if they're doing like some cover stage on like a music show or whatever. Every single time my eyes always ends up on Hyuk, and I don't know why. And I haven't had an idol have like that much kind of like a screen presence for me since Luda from Wujusonya, and the first time I watched As You Wish. So apologies if I tend to kind of like favor or lean towards him when it comes to like putting my attention towards the members, because he's the only one that I actually know off the top of my head as well. But two, this is nothing on Tempest. Like, I am not shaming or putting down Tempest in any way, shape, or form. This is targeted directly at Yueho Entertainment. But Yueho has a girl group called Everglow. I don't know if you've heard of it. Pretty sure every single one of you have, but they haven't had a proper like company back studio release in a very long time. In fact, since their last proper studio release, or like Yuehua studio release, with Pirate and the Return of the Girl EP, Tempest have debuted, and including this era, have had 3 comebacks. And Yena has debuted and had 2 comebacks. We still haven't gotten an Everglow comeback yet, and it's like I want to hear my Everglow girlies again. But that's besides the point, because it is Tempest time, and I'm tremendously excited for this, because if this is going to be anything like their previous 3 releases, oh, this is going to be a fun time. So here we go.
I'm a villain. So dangerous. Yeah. Let's go. 시작해 보니까 느껴봐져 색다른 zone. 내 판가름 소리에 맞춰 또 춤을 춰. So hard. 이 길을 뒤집어 like this. 다가와 번쩍하는 난장판에 my feel. 악을 일으켜 그 사이 가로질러. I call you up. 넌 내 부름에 끌어. What's up? 'Cause I'm coming. 눈빛을 봐. 붉은 노이즈.
I like this energy so far. Cool. This is a little bit different for them.
Yo, 열렬한 참깨, 눌러 참깨, 상대 참패. 재미없는 저 play, I can practice. 세미나나 보지 따라해 대 I.
This is such an interesting beat because it's not a quick song, but it grooves like a quick song. So very heavy on the rapping and the verses, but I like it. That pre-chorus. We'll talk about that later. there he is. Also, like, this chorus has been two parts. Like, we get a proper chorus and then kind of like a post-chorus. Oh, cut out the bottom end for this bridge. Okay. Ooh, a little interlude. Ooh, that was a long, like, what an interesting way to bring it into the final chorus, because it's not a traditional bridge. It's like a little interlude after a bridge. Huh. You know, I was not incorrect. I was not incorrect in thinking that this was just going to be yet another continuation of the high quality releases. It's really good. It's a little bit stylistically different from their, like, previous tracks, I feel like, but it's still kind of got that, like, playfulness, but like the aggressiveness that I think Tempest have had in the last couple eras. I like that. The song's actually written in a really interesting way, where typically on like a pop song you have like a standard formula in a way, where you have like, say, the song starts with the verse, then you have a pre-chorus, then you have the proper chorus, then you have the second verse, second pre-chorus, second chorus, bridge, final chorus. That's like the rough formula for what this song is. But like the latter half of the song for Tempest Dangerous is actually really interesting, because it doesn't follow standard like formula in a way. There's a lot of stuff added into it, but I like how everything's been added in. So let's talk about it. In fact, let's start with shoot, what is it? The pre-chorus. The way it's been composed, I think, is really interesting. So, I want to pay attention to the background instrumentals for this pre-chorus, and pay attention to, if you know you're kind of like, if you've got kind of like a musical ear and a musical brain, I want you to pay attention to the chords, the background chords. Now, typically in a pop song, you have a sequence of chords that the entire song uses. 1 4 5 1 1 5 4 1, whatever the case may be. Listen to the chord sequence during this pre-chorus. Now, I want you to pay attention to how it doesn't really feel like a traditional pop song. Chord hasn't changed. Still hasn't changed. It's only using two chords, and it's like for the first three measures, it's that constant chord, and it's almost acting like a droning 808 in a way. And then right as you start to feel the transition into the chorus, it switches down into, actually, what chord is that? So it changes into the fifth below it. Or it changes into the fifth in the sequence, but it goes into the lower end of the fifth. And just the way that pre-chorus sounds now, and the fact that that chord changes right as the listener starts to feel that the chorus is coming up, I think is really cool. It's a really nice tie-in with like how the listener perceives music, but also like the musical theory side of it. Because then you have the musical silence, and then boom, you're immediately into the chorus, and you as a listener are kind of just left to bear the full brunt of that drop. And it's a really nice, satisfying drop, and I like that. Let's move on to the bridge. Gosh, if I can even find it. I think it's around here. I love that it's just treble heavy here, and that they've dropped all the bass. And they bring it in. Vocal harmony. That's such a nice note. It's a very nice gradual build into that chord. And if you've been around the channel for long enough, you know I love myself a good vocal harmony. That was solid. I very much enjoyed that. Also, of course, it's Hyuk again, but this is really interesting because the bridge now, like technically that bridge should have ended with that high note chord, but it's still going. And it doesn't really feel like the bridge ever ended if you just listen to it through on through. But technically this is like an extended bridge now. It's like instead of having a melodic bridge, they decided to bring in a rapping bridge as well. And then we're back into the chorus again. It's like, okay, so we got this kind of like high-end vocal bridge. Okay, let's bring in a little bit more of the rhythmic, like rapping bass bridge as well. Kind of like give it a nice, I don't know what best word to describe it would be, but like the song essentially, the entire song, is like verse is very rhythmic, heavily reliant on the rapping. The pre-chorus and the chorus is all melodic, and then it's kind of repeating that cycle again. Instead of having the rap verse coming first, they had the vocals coming first on the bridge, and they've just swapped the roles around. And I think it's a really nice parallel for the rest of the song. And then, of course, they bring it back in with the final chorus. It's like, I like it. They were like, it's like A B A B or A B B A B B B A, and then the melodic chorus. A B B A, like A is rapping, B is melodic. So it'd be like A and then B B. For verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, repeat that again, but once you get to the bridge, it's A-B-A instead of, or no, B-A-B instead of A-B-B. That made probably no sense, but I'm trying my best, okay? Yeah, Tempest have just, they know what they're doing with Tempest. Because they do have kind of like this identity of it does feel like a younger like boy group like genre of pop music, which I have no issues with whatsoever. But I like the fact that they're not afraid to lean in one direction or like combine the two, whether it's like they want to go with a more melodic track or they want to go with a more like rap heavy track. I like the fact that they've decided to say, you know, ¿por qué no los dos? And just combine the two together. I really like that. And they've been consistently really good. And I'm really hoping that the rest of the album that dropped alongside this is kind of like at, or even better, exceeding the quality of like their previous stuff, because their previous stuff was pretty good too. And I'm very much excited for that. But in the meantime, that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time,